I consider her my mentor. I remember her doing a tour at the City Club, and I'm just going, wow, this woman knows a lot, and she can articulate it. And so she was like a role model. Masha's who I wanted to be.
She was always very concerned with the arts, and our father encouraged her to write about it. He understood the significance of the art, not only his own fresco, but all the other artists who painted there. He understood how important it was.
Bernard Zakheim was a protege of Diego Rivera, the great Mexican muralist. Zakheim's first American commission for a fresco was at the then new Jewish Community Center of San Francisco in 1933. Bernard Zakheim came to the attention of the mayor, and with funding from the WPA, they were able to commission a group of artists. Zakheim was not only commissioned to paint, but he was involved in the curation of the murals. So he actually chose the other muralists.
And even after the tower was built, the murals were done, he encouraged Masha to interview the artists who painted there while they were still around. And Masha came to me and said, you know, I've written this book, but nobody wants to publish it. And I said, well, of course we will. And we did. And we went out to do the book on Coit Tower.
I wanted to note somebody we've lost who couldn't be here today. Unfortunately, we've lost Masha Zakheim, Ruth Gollstein's sister, and author of one of the definitive books on the Coit Tower. So we're sorry she can't be here today, but in her honor, we celebrate this incredible restoration.
Masha was, as the song goes, 5'2", eyes of blue. In the 40s, she grew up among the dusty apple orchards of a wild, ramshackle property that her father, the artist Bernard Zakheim, called Farm Arts. She stood out in rural Sebastopol, California, with her cultured, politically outspoken Jewish-Polish émigré parents and family life fractured by divorce.
We were poor, but we had music and we had art, everything and Masha was a key part of that. She was a cultural part.
But priding herself on having a strong lineage, Masha went on to create a stimulating life full of teaching, travel, classical music, evening parties with delicious gourmet food, her walls lined with art and her shelves full of books, including a dictionary open on a stand and the many volumes of the Oxford English Dictionary, which she'd imported from her years in England. When Masha was 12, her mother killed herself. This touched her more than we can ever know, but like a phoenix, she rose in flames, determined, resilient. She created an identity for herself, made something admirable of her life.
She was not an artist, and she would say, when people would ask her that, because of course many people would ask her that, oh, you have a father who's an artist, are you an artist as well? And her response was always, I'm not an artist, but I appreciate art. And she knew she wanted to be a teacher from the time she was 5 years old.
Masha taught in the liberal arts department. I called her John the Baptist. She was the voice in the wilderness that kept the Pan-American Unity mural that Diego Rivera painted for City College in the public eye. She was very passionate and very articulate, very much able to link stories together to get themes, to convey a historical sense of what was going on, because these things don't exist in isolation. They're the reflections of a time, and in another sense, they're reflections of all time.
Murals do need champions, because I think that we lose touch with the meaning of murals and of public art over time. Public art is the foundation of the culture of a city, or it's where you can see the culture expressing itself. Its importance has come up a lot in San Francisco in the last 15 years or so, as a lot of public art has been threatened through rapid development in different neighborhoods. Ultimately, if there aren't people who are willing to kind of walk us through the history of the art that we're surrounded by, and then defend it if it's threatened, those kind of two kinds of champions, then eventually it will disappear. Art is essential because without it, cities are just buildings and sidewalks and people passing through.